Welcome to HomeFront Sitrep. I hope you're in for a great show today because I'm just a veteran talking about what's on my mind and maybe yours.
You can find HomeFront Sitrep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcast. You can also check out HomeFront Sitrep's YouTube channel.
Buckle up, the show is starting.
Oh man, we were just rocking, man.
I was like enjoying it. Then I thought I had fleas for a minute, and then I realized I don't. So we're good on this front.
Well, I'm glad to hear you don't have any fleas, man.
Man, you never know. Those damn fleas. You know what would stop a flea from getting to you?
What's that?
A sloped roof. Never mind. Moving on. How are you, sir? You doing good?
Man, I'm doing good. You know, they're working me to death and tired, but that's all right.
Well, them chicken butt nuggets need somewhere to go, so you got to keep producing the egg cartons.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like it, man. Have you seen the guests we got tonight? This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, man.
I'll do a quick little intro. I just pulled up their website, and all I do is win when I'm talking about Vets with Nets. See what I did there? You like that shit, don't you? That's because Marines do it there, soldier boy.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're gonna have a fun hour of shit talk and learning about Vets with Nets. The two things that I love as a veteran is fishing and shit talking.
And crayons.
And crayons. My favorite color is clear. It kind of tastes fruity. I like it. Yeah, I call it my rainbow moment.
Yeah.
Boy, I know. I get it. Shut up, Brandon. I got so much I want to talk about, but I can't do it on this show. Can't wait for us to start our Rumble channel. My God.
Let's do it, man. Yeah.
Dude, I've got it set up. Anyway, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. All one of you right now. I know it's a lot to ask, but just watch the guy. We're going to talk about beards. We're going to talk about fishing. We're going to talk about just a little bit of everything. And we're also going to talk about why another wonderful man named Brandon cannot produce the testosterone to grow a full beard. So we're going to cover a little bit of that as well. So how about let's just jump into it. Let's go ahead and pull up Chris and Brandon, and let's just do this.
What's going on, man?
There it is.
Hey, guys.
Hey, there's Beardless Brandon.
Here I am.
It's just beardless. I'm gonna call you Double B, beardless Brandon.
I've been called worse. Like the other.
Yeah. One of these things is not like the other. One of these. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna pick on you for now, Brandon.
That's all right. You can pick on me, man. I can handle it.
So let's talk. Let's whoever wants to take this, let's talk about Vets with Nets. Actually, Chris, let's start with you. What got this program started? I mean, what did you see that the veteran community was missing, or what? Tell us just a little background about it.
Well, I didn't found this event. Another guy named Ed did, but I was one of the captains the first year of the event. And that was 2019. And what got me so into it was, I guess, me being a veteran and seeing this event and what fishing can do for somebody got me more involved. And after the first year, we kind of jumped in full steam and we started a board. The first year there was, I think, 37 boats and 60 veterans, and now we're at 175 boats and 450 veterans.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So the first year we weren't a nonprofit. We didn't have a board. It was just kind of we always refer to it as a backyard barbecue.
Fair.
A couple of boats got together. We caught some fish. We cooked some fish and we gave some prizes away. Now we got, flyovers and military vehicles that come and all kinds of crazy stuff.
See, I like that. Oh, and fishing's cathartic. I like getting out there and just being, especially like being around other vets. Holy shit, fishing and being around vets. What more could you ask for?
I catch some of my best buzzes fishing.
I was gonna say let's talk to the guy that probably doesn't catch fish but catches a buzz. Brandon, what brought you into the organization?
Well, kind of like Chris, I just came the first year as a veteran. I'm a Navy guy. Go ahead, you can pick on me for the second time.
I'm done. The show's over.
Yeah. We'll give you your ride to wherever you want to go. Don't forget, we own the Marine Corps.
Why is the Uber driver yelling at me?
Yeah. So I just came as a fisherman, had a great time. The original founder seeked me out, asked me if I'd like to be on a board. So the second year I kind of was a little involved. The third year is when I really got involved with the event. We made, an official board, had some votes, and somehow by whatever miracle, Chris and I ended up being the president and the vice president, and we've kind of taken it from there and ran with it. And, this is what I always tell people is I can talk to you for hours about Vets with Nets and how great it is until you show up to the event and you really listen to the people that give their testimonials and you see the work and the effort. It's a 2-day event, but this isn't a 2-day event for the volunteers and the board members. This is a 12-month commitment to serve 2,000 plates and dinners in 2 days, to take 400 veterans fishing and get the captains and all the registration that goes into it. It's months of preparation.
Yeah.
And people just don't get that part. And without the tens, hundreds of volunteers, we wouldn't be able to do it, because it's turned into it's not a backyard barbecue anymore. It is a full-on life-changing experience.
I can relate to that, man, because I've been just part of Hero Stock, and I watch the behind the scenes. I'm just a guy that shows up and live streams it, man. But I see what they go through, and I see all that behind the scenes stuff. And they get done with an event, they take a deep breath, and they go, all right, so let's start talking about the next one. And that's how fast it happens. And
Yes.
so I get it, man. The sound guy's out there at 6:00 in the morning, and when I'm leaving at midnight or 1, he's still tearing his crap apart and getting ready to leave. So I completely get it, man. My hat's off to y'all.
Yeah,
I mean,
our event
Friday-
ends Saturday afternoon, and Saturday night, me and Brandon meet with the boat club we run the event out of, and we might do a Patron shot or two, and we talk about next year's event and what we're going to do.
Yep. And I mean, we're up, Friday night, we're going to bed at midnight, 12:30. And I was back up at 3:30 in the morning, getting coffee and donuts around for guys to show up at 5:00 in the morning. So it's I take 2 vacations every year. One vacation is a week, a guy time down in Ohio to bow hunt. And my other week vacation is at Vets with Nets. I take a camper down on Tuesday, and I am there all week long with Chris. And as soon as we get there, it's not hang out, relax, kick my feet up. It is running errands, because I live an hour and 40 minutes away. So for me to get to Monroe, it's a trip, it's a job. And so I go down there and I just stay all week long. That way we can get stuff done. And it takes that whole week to be ready by Friday morning.
I believe it, man. So let me ask you this, guys. When you guys started this, and you got going. What was your goals? What was the big mission that you wanted to accomplish?
I would think so. When the event initially started, it was just to get veterans out fishing and, give the veterans a day to relax. After that, the initial founder, his next goal was to make this the largest veterans fishing event of its kind. After we took the reins over, we kind of backed off that, and we went with this better, not bigger theme for the last 4 years. And our whole goal is to get veterans together for a day of camaraderie,
Yep.
2 days, get them out fishing, have them relax, talk to each other. And every year we see veterans that make lifelong friends with each other, whether they're on the same boat or they just meet someone under the tent while they're eating dinner.
Yep.
And
Now, is there a cost to the veterans for this event? Let's say they're out of state. Do they need to get a fishing license wherever this is? Or
so we run the event on free fishing weekend. So it's as cost minimal as possible. The only thing they really have to do is get their lodging Friday to Saturday night, or some guys come in Thursday. We got a lot of veteran captains that pre-fish Friday morning before the meet and greet, and they'll take veterans out Friday morning as well.
Okay.
So the really only cost to them right now is lodging. Starting in 2025, we are going to charge a deposit for veterans coming to the event because we'll sign up 450 veterans and then 300 will show up.
Right.
Now we've matched veterans with captains, so the deposit will be refundable, or they can choose to donate it. But we're going to charge a $50 deposit at the time of sign up, just so people aren't signing up for 10 of these events and then going, well, I signed up, but I already have something going on that weekend, so I'm going to back out.
Makes sense.
Yep. No, I get that. You see that a lot in the podcasting industry. You see it a lot in nonprofits in general. You get a lot of people that are all about the mission until the work starts, and then they kind of back out. So,
I don't quite get it because I don't own a charter business like Chris does, but Chris tells me all the time that the hardest person to get to show up to anything is someone that gets it for free, right? Someone that doesn't have to pay and has no skin in the game. They're the hardest ones to get on the dock at 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's the truth. I mean, the amount of people that bail the day before has just become one of the biggest problems, because our registration guy, I mean, him and his mom are the month before calling, texting, emailing just to get these numbers. And I mean, man, we got guys, here we're providing, like Chris said, everything you pay for nothing. You have 2 days of meals, the fishing. All you have to do is show up, and they're confirming that they're showing up the week before and then not showing up, texting us on Thursday saying, oh, I can't be there. So at least if we get a $50 deposit, they'll have some skin in the game. And if they decide not to show up, that can go towards next year's event.
Yep.
I like that idea. $50 is not that much. I mean, come on.
Really? Nowadays?
No.
I put that out there 2 days after last year's event. And I said 450 signed up and 300 showed up. It was worse than that. We had 450 sign up. We signed up 450 veterans in 3 days.
Oof.
Over the next 2 weeks, 200 of those 450 backed out, and we signed up 200 more. And then 150 of those backed out. So it's worse than that. But so the day after the event, or 2 days after the event, I put out there we're going to charge a deposit, and you would not believe the uproar that we got.
Of course.
Of
course.
I would believe it.
Oh, I definitely believe it, because I'm a mentor at a nonprofit in South Dakota, and it was free, free flights, free everything. But now when we started charging like a little something to make sure you get on the plane, because we bought the tickets, people were like, I can't believe you did that. And it was an uproar. I'm like, we're running a business here. I mean, what do you expect? So I get it.
Yep. Hey, so when you guys go out fishing, what lake are you guys fishing off of?
Lake Erie.
Lake Erie? Okay.
Yep. So we run out of the Detroit Beach Boat Club there in Monroe, Michigan. And we have boats come out of Sterling State Park, which is a state park by the boat club. This year we had 40 docks at the boat club, and then another marina, Breast Bay Marina, which is down the road, donated 50 slips, Brandon?
Yeah,
40.
I think 40 slips.
So we try and
wow.
spread it out so the boats don't all leave the exact same location,
Yeah.
but they all meet out in front. We bought a 60-foot by 30-foot American flag that we hang from 2 huge boom trucks out in front of the seawall, and then we do a national anthem shotgun start with all the boats.
It's awesome.
And then
Yeah,
when
that's
everyone,
great.
they fish from 6 a.m. till noon, and then we ask all the boats to stay out till at least 11 o'clock, and then they come back in the canal, and we have people waving American flags and cheering all the boats on when they come back in.
It's awesome.
I think what you should do, I think maybe next year what you should do is line all the boats up, right? And put the slow ones in the front and shotgun start it with like just total chaos and anarchy. That would be amazing.
You're definitely a Marine, man.
I don't know
Yeah.
why I don't even know why
Yeah.
they let me co-host this damn show.
Too many clear crayons, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, you got to like it there. I'm the Brandon with the beard now, and you're going to be the Brandon without the beard. So we'll just continue with that.
So what are the men fishing for when the veterans are out there fishing? What's the primary fish that y'all are?
Walleye.
Walleye. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
Lake
last
Erie-
year, 2023, we caught 2,800 walleye. This year we brought in somewhere around 1,550, and then all the walleye are cleaned, and then we do a big fish fry, and then all the leftover fish goes home with the veterans.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, man. One of my first youngest memories of fishing was a walleye fishing, and I'd went with a friend of the family, didn't know anything about walleye, what it looked like, anything about it, and he caught one, and I walked towards the end of the boat, and he asked what I was going to do, and I said, "Well, I was going to grab the fish when you brought it to the boat." He said, "You better grab a net." Yeah, I learned real quick that day, man. They some ugly ass fish.
And they got teeth.
Yeah, they do.
That sounds like my ex-wife. God almighty. Oh,
ugly with teeth.
ugly with teeth.
Yeah, I'm just surprised there's teeth, man.
So I guess
I'm
that's
surprised-
better
I'm
than ugly
surprised you
without
thought-
teeth.
I'm surprised you tricked someone into marrying you.
Bro, twice. I mean, my current wife, she's blind and feeble. That's what I had.
Wheelchaired, blind.
Yeah, well, she can't run. I mean, she can roll, but no, she's fine. Shut up, Brandon. No, me, not you. God, this is confusing. It's a great name, though. Strong defender, beacon light.
It is.
That's what that name means. So, what other events, like, I'm sure you have, smaller fundraisers throughout the year or whatever to be able to pull this off. What other events, throughout the year do you guys have for vets?
Actually, we don't have any other events. We all participate in some of the fishing shows around the area. There's some outdoor shows in Novi. There's one in Grand Rapids. We go pound the pavement when it comes to those shows for 4 days. But we've been really fortunate to have some great sponsors. I don't have a list in front of me. It was a 20-minute heads up on this. But DTE, Montrose Trailers, our local farmers here where I'm from in Southern Michigan, everyone has really jumped on board with this, and we have some great donors that they don't even ask any questions anymore. They've seen the event. They've either came to it, looked us up online. They've completely wrapped their heads around what we have going on. And through them, we're able to put this 2-day event on. And definitely without them, we wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, we have people that shoot, like Chris said, we're trying to make this better, not bigger. And every year we try to tweak little things. So, one complaint we got, a 1 hour wait when you're serving 2,000 people for a fish fry, that's nothing. You know, I've been to our local bar on the other side of the lake and waited an hour for a walleye dinner. So for 2,000 people to have to wait 1 hour, that's nothing at all. And so she was, you know, kind enough to write us a check to buy 5 more fish fryers. And those are just the great people we have around us to make this event work out. So anything we can do to streamline, it's been really good.
Now, we do participate in other smaller events. We don't put them on, but there is other events that are benefiting from what we have done. There's another group here in the state, United Veterans of Michigan. I helped them start another walleye event. They take 100 veterans out on 50 boats. But now, you know, over the course of the last 6 years, we have built, like Brandon said, we're making things better. So we have our own DJ equipment. We bought a professional weigh-in system. We got an enclosed trailer with all of our gear. So these other events are going to benefit. Now that they have their event, we're going to take our trailer down there and help them out, you know, and get more veterans out fishing.
And, you know, I really like that because you're not like, you know, we're the only fishing event for veterans. You can't have one. No, I like the fact that you're down there and you're helping other, you know, other fishing events for veterans. Because I personally know of a lot of nonprofits that are quite territorial.
Yep.
So we see that up here quite a bit. We had another group partner with us, and they've tried to cause drama with other nonprofits. So there's another large fishing event in the state of Michigan the same weekend as us. And we moved our event to Free Fishing Weekend when that event wasn't going on. Well, then they brought it back after 3 years of not doing it. And I talked to the girl that was in charge of it, and we came up with this thing that said, hey, if we both do our events the same weekend, we can get more veterans out fishing.
Yeah.
And this year, another nonprofit that deals with this tried to start drama between us and them again. And I had to call them and say, and the guy's like, no, man, it's just someone else. You know, they're trying to cause a rift between us. And Brandon's the same way. I don't deal with that. Like, this is drama free. Like, the whole point of this is to get veterans out fishing.
Right.
And I don't care if there's 50 events in the state. I'll help every one of them I can.
Yep.
And it always seems like it's the non-veteran led organizations that act like that. You know, like Chris said, we just want to get all the veterans out fishing. We're both veterans. I think 3 out of our 5 or 6 board members are all veterans. We're here just strictly for the vets. This is not a competition on who's better. If we can help you in any way be better, I'm there for you. I'll show up anytime you need me. Call me up and I will be there if I can. And that's something that was really eye-opening to me when I got involved in this, is like how it's all about kind of me type thing. If Kristen asked me to stand up and give out awards or do anything, nobody would ever know I was involved, and I'm okay with that. I'm not there for a shirt or a hat or a pat on the back. I'm just there to see the smiles on these guys' faces. We've had veterans, how many states? We had 13, 14 states that were there this year.
24 states, 3 countries.
Okay, 24 states, 3 countries. I was off by a little bit. We had 2 World War veterans this year. We had a 95-year-old that we picked him up and put him on a boat physically. The 98-year-old World War II veteran, he's just as sharp as a crayon for you.
Thanks.
And he's came the last 2 years, and those guys just make the event. They're amazing. And to see those guys out there fishing and just the smile on their faces, it's all worth it. It's nothing. It's not about me. It's not about Chris. I was fortunate enough to do my time, come back, be mostly right, and I just want to be able to give back to those people that need it.
I completely get it, man. And like you said, it's about the camaraderie, man.
Yes.
It's not about what the event really is, man. It's veterans that are talking, communicating, getting out of the house, breaking that trend of isolation, and potentially even gaining more lifelines if they need some help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a guy, and I'll never bring up his name, but he was from out of state, and he literally came to our event, and he came 2 years in a row. And I mean, he told us, "You guys saved my life. I was living in a cabin in the woods. I was gonna kill myself." And he said, "I came to your guys' event, and I tell you what, if we can put on an event and work our asses off for the whole entire year, and we save one person's life, that's good enough for me."
And he
That's good
came as
enough
a
for me.
captain too, right? Not even as a
Yep.
veteran.
Yep. He came as
He
a
came as a
captain.
captain to take other veterans out.
Yep. Then he started. Then the next year, he brought veterans with him. He
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
he fundraised enough money to bring 2 veterans from Minnesota to Michigan
Paid
to do
them.
this event.
Paid their
Wow.
airfare, their lodging, all that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That is awesome,
And
man.
and,
You know,
and
and now what it's
that's
turned
what it's
into
about.
is we have guys that were in the service 30 years ago that are having reunions. We had one group bring 39 guys,
Oh, wow.
and they were in the service together in the 1970s.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny how fishing brings people together. And it's just that, like, okay, so the captain that you had mentioned, if it hadn't been for fishing, he would have been in that cabin and not left. It's
Yep.
just something that's really cool about, hey, I'm going fishing. Well, you know what? I'm going to get out of my house to go fishing. Even if it was like, this is the last thing I'm going to do. But once he got there, you know, he was able to, you know, get that camaraderie again, and it saved his life. So, I mean, and again, it all comes down to fishing. I don't know what the hell a walleye is. I'm from South Carolina, but I mean, it sounds like a really good program.
It's the meth head version of fish.
Fair. I got it. Got it. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So how does somebody, if they wanted to volunteer or if they wanted to be a part of this to help you guys, how do they do that?
So everything's based really off of our Facebook or website. So our website is vetswithnets.org, and our Facebook is just Vets with Nets. We open our registration for veterans and captains the third week of February, and it's a first come, first serve. You know, there's a lot of these events that only help disabled veterans, or they only help combat veterans, and we're open to everybody. Any veteran is welcome, and it's on the honor system. We don't ask you to show us your DD 214 or any discharge papers or any of that to come and be part of the event.
Now, has that caused any issues?
Not with veterans that came to the event. The only issue we have found was the guy who founded the event we had to remove because of false valor.
What?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out a way to get asked that without having to ask it, but yeah, dude, yeah, it's out there, man.
I mean,
Go ahead with that.
why? I don't even understand that. I mean, he was starting something for a great purpose and a great reason. What's the reason to dishonor it by?
You know, we don't even know. We don't know the whole story. We just got a message from his daughter saying that you got to watch out. And there was more to it than just that. But it was pretty much, hey man, like, can you prove your service or not? And he couldn't give us a picture, nothing. And so we politely asked him to step down, and yeah, and we just cut ties. And that's how I ended up as president, and Brandon ended up as vice president. And we just moved forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. You know, look,
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's you know, he did start it for a great cause, so
Yeah.
I'll never take that away. But you can't do things like that and then run. You know, if you just want to do the backyard barbecue thing, yeah, you can be whoever you want to be. You can be
Right.
Superman, right? That's fine. No one cares. But when you start going to large companies and asking for $5,000-$10,000, you just can't do stuff like that. And so we've really tried to be a professional organization, do the right things, and we've had some great people follow. Cabela's is even going to come on this year and do some sponsoring. DTE, like I said, has been great to us. And yeah, we're just super fortunate to have those people behind us.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And stuff like that's not a reflection on the event or the organization. That, like you said, that it is what it is, and you guys did the right thing. You didn't make a big deal out of it. You moved on and you fixed the situation, and you're still out there doing that same thing that he started, helping veterans. So
Yeah.
that's where it all comes together at, right there. That's what it's
Yeah.
about.
Like Brandon said, we're all thankful for what he started,
Yeah,
and we're just
absolutely.
trying to keep it going and improve on it. And like he said, we got some great sponsors. We got some big sponsors. It takes a lot of money to run this event. Is it not a backyard barbecue? Like I said, we
Yeah.
have a flyover. We got some Valiant planes that come over, do a missing man formation.
Oh, wow.
So we
Nice.
we got to pay for that. In the next years, we're looking at getting a Huey to come by and a PT boat to come to the event. These are all huge money items,
Yeah.
10, 12, $15,000. But if we can get a PT boat to dock at the end of the dock, and when they come back from fishing, the guys can, and this is a fully refurbished, World War II correct PT boat, they can get on and look around. It just adds dynamics to the event. So that's what we're looking at.
Absolutely.
But we have a lot of, we got a lot of large sponsors and we have a lot of small sponsors. So he was my veteran the first year of the event as a veteran. And 2 weeks later, he bought a 24-foot boat or 23-foot boat.
Oh, wow.
Hughes Craft, and became a captain. And he's been a captain ever since. Well, now he's also a donor, not as a business. And he's a Vietnam veteran. Just out of his retirement fund, he donates money every year. We have multiple captains that have donated as our bronze level sponsorship, which is $2,500 out of their businesses. And for a small business, $2,500 is a lot.
It is.
No doubt.
Like Brandon brought up Montrose Trailer Sales. That's Brad Gray. He's one of our great captains. Been around for years. And this year, I said I needed someone to sponsor we do a big pig roast. This year we roasted 250-pound pigs, Brandon?
Yeah.
And we ran out of food for our meet and greet. So then next year will be 3 250-pound pigs we'll be doing. But so I said, hey, I need someone to sponsor that. He stepped right up. One of his buddies, Roger Knapp, we were looking for sponsors for our weigh-in and for the fish fry, and he puts on a big memorial golf outing, so they donated money for both of those. Even the captains, this does a lot of things for the veterans. There's a lot of captains that are like, this event has changed my life. Seeing these veterans the way they are, and I look forward to this event all year.
Yeah.
And so we have a group of 17 or 18 captains that they rent out 4 cabins and 7 campsites at the state park across the road, and they make a week of it.
Oh, nice.
And these guys are all guys that fish, not all of them, but most of them on the Michigan Walleye Tour. And they missed a date on the Michigan Walleye Tour this year just to fish in our event. So like those guys are willing to lose thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars to be at our event. That's more important than that paycheck. So that's been huge. And they come every year. They don't care what's on that weekend. If it's a Walleye Tour date or an open date, they're there. And they've been there for 5 years, I think.
Wow.
Most of the start, Roger and Ryan, they were there from the beginning.
Yep.
That's what got me on the board. Actually, the first 2019 was the first event, and there was a bunch of us sitting in the parking lot drinking beer out of the cooler of my boat after the event. And we were talking about how some things had gone wrong at the event. And someone said, why don't you get on the board? And there wasn't a board at the time. Well, 3 weeks later, they started a board, and I was one of the original board members. But it all stemmed from sitting in the parking lot at the state park drinking natter days out of the cooler of my boat. And
It's funny how
know,
that happens.
those captains are still there every year, and they've now every year they recruit more people and more people to come in their group. And like I said, we signed up 450 veterans in 3 days, but I'm pretty sure we signed up 170 boat captains as well in 3 days.
That's incredible. Now, do you still fish when the lake catches on fire, or is that done with, or how?
The lake hasn't been on fire since I've been alive. So
Okay, I know it caught on fire once. I just want to make sure.
It did.
Oh my Lord.
I'm not even sure how that happens, but okay.
Industrial pollution.
Yep, the whole lake caught on fire like long time ago. Anyway, it's kind of
Well,
fun.
now I'm starting to know why the walleye looks the way it looks. Hard to track. All right.
Now, do you guys have like shirts and stuff for sale, or what's the best way for us small time people to support you? Would it be a donation or through merch, or
We do have merchandise for sale on our website. Not all of it's on there yet. I leave the state the day after the event. I leave Michigan and I head down to Virginia, and I run a charter boat, so I'm out here saltwater fishing. I think Brandon has some of our merchandise and I have some of it, so it's not all together right now. We're still working on that aspect of it. So we have merchandise for sale. We also have a donate button on our website, PayPal donation. We take, any donation is great.
right? Well, and sorry, I lost my train of thought. TBI kicks in sometimes, and my brain goes, I don't know. Go ahead, Donald.
So what you're saying is you started going with the generic crowns now. Okay, I'm trying.
I can't, man. I gotta say, I wish I'd have never met you. Don't meet your heroes. Is what happens.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys, it's getting close for me to jump off and have to go back to the old grind and back to work. But I have seen a lot of events. I've seen in 3 years of podcasting, I've seen a lot in Hunt Profits. I think you guys are the first walleye event I've ever heard of or seen, and I think that is awesome because the fishing for something like that is fun. I used to take my daughter every year on a tour doing some fishing out of Georgia, and I don't even care if we caught anything. Just the memories and the time that I spent with her. For her 16-year-old birthday, that's all she wanted was to go fishing, and in a girl's lifetime, that 16-year birthday is kind of a big deal. And
right.
So what you guys are doing, my hat's off to y'all, man. I appreciate it. And I love the philosophy, man. Make it better, not bigger. That is awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate the time and getting to meet you. So get back to the grind, whatever that is, and look forward to hearing from you guys later. Okay.
All right, man. You take care. You guys be safe.
Go back to work.
Yeah.
Go do something. My God, can you believe that's my boss? Jesus.
Right.
Oh, look, it's another beard.
He sounds like a boss.
Yeah. He's a good dude. I love him to death.
So Kurt, I don't even want to mispronounce his last name, says hello from Monroe, Michigan.
Hey, Kurt.
Oh, that's Kurt. That's our treasurer.
That's our treasurer.
Nice.
Kurt, what's up?
What's going on, Kurt?
How about it, brother?
I have a question. I put it in chat just a minute ago. Is there any vintage military car clubs in your area up there?
Not that I know of. We have a vintage Jeep that comes to the event every year.
All right, because here in Kentucky, we got what they call Kilroy, and it's World War II veterans vehicles of that era, Vietnam era vehicles as well. They restored these vehicles, and they tour the state of Kentucky, and like they go to veteran service events and stuff like that, and they post up out there, and people get to see the vehicles, get in the vehicles and stuff like that. I was wondering, like, if you had something like that in your area, you could call them and say, hey, we got this big event going on. Do y'all want to come up and do a car show so people can, fish and then see the vehicles as well. So that's something that you might want to look into, maybe up in your area.
Yeah, I never
And then
thought of something
also,
like that.
what about military bases? You got any military base close by?
We do. Yeah, we have Southridge Air National Guard Base is 30 miles via air from there, and there's also Camp David in Ohio, right down about from us.
Okay. The National Guard, if you reach out to them, if they have helicopters and stuff like that, you can possibly get them out to your event as well without paying for them.
Yeah, so we've tried that, but our event somehow always falls on the same weekend as their air show.
Oh, okay.
So we've had
So,
other 2 years ago, I believe it was, we got a hold of the air controller for the air show, and he kind of told the pilots, like, hey, why don't you just swing a little wide?
Right.
yeah,
And so the whole
yeah,
time the guys were fishing, we had different planes that were
flying
swinging
over.
through.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm going to introduce the world to my daughter because she's going to do her podcast debut today. Are you coming over here? She asked if she could help me podcast tonight, and I told her she could. So,
Well, since you've got a much better co-host than me, dude, I'm gonna back
get
out
your
of here.
You're jumping out.
Yeah, I gotta handle some stuff. Chris and Brandon, it's my pleasure to meet you guys. Chris, I may be in touch. I live in South Carolina. I might have to charter your boat, come up to Virginia and do some fishing.
Come on up.
So, but thank you guys so much for coming on, and it was my pleasure to meet and hang out with you guys. So
Yeah, nice to meet you, Brandon. Thanks for the invite, sir.
All right, Brandon. Later, brother.
Yep. Have a good
one. There we go. I thought I removed him. But yeah, no, I'm excited, man, because we talked, Chris, me and you talked behind the scenes a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, when we did our meet and greet with you, and just hearing about your event, how it's grown over the years. And then you made a statement where you actually had to turn away boat captains this year because the lake wasn't big enough. How many boat captains did you have to turn away this year?
I bet we turned away 20 boat captains.
That's crazy. So this young lady here is Grace. She's my 17-year-old. She'll be a senior in high school. I don't think she's never fished. Have you ever fished?
Yeah, I got a fish in the eye. I stopped fishing after that.
So she caught a fish in the eye, and she stopped fishing after that. But this young lady here has she, like I said, she'll be a senior this year, and after she gets done with her senior year, she wants to be an FBI agent. Is what she wants to do when she graduates. And so her career path, she wants to go to college, then Air Force, and then from the Air Force into the FBI. And I know the Navy guy down there, and Army guy up here, and Marine. So we'll have an Air Force in the family. And then my youngest, she's going to go in the Army. So who knows how things will happen and how things will go. So you guys are already planning your next event for next year, correct? I'm assuming it's a whole year process, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we start planning in the minute. I mean, before the event's even over, we're already starting to plan next year.
I like it.
Yeah, we always tell everyone that we're gonna have a month off and then get back together, but it always seems like Chris and I end up on the phone 15, 20 times in that 30 days. Even up that night, everyone leaves, like Chris said, we sit down at the bar and have a couple of about what we can do better for next year. I mean, and we haven't even cleaned up. The cleanup's not even done yet, and we're already brainstorming for next year. So it's definitely a 12-month commitment.
Oh yeah. So I was on a board for a veteran service organization, and of course, we did our monthly equine sessions that we had, and then we had our bullets and barbecue that we did every month, and it was a nonstop grind. Leading a 501c3 and making it stay relevant. you have to constantly be doing things to get your to get it out there, and you're always planning because there's the logistics behind the scenes. Is ungodly because it takes a whole village to make an organization successful. And with you guys, having 450 plus veterans come out to an event, plus all of your volunteers and your sponsors and stuff in the background as well. It's just people just don't realize how hard it is to run a successful event, much less a successful nonprofit as well. And then from where you guys started, in the parking lot of State Park to where you're at now, dude, that's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think we would be the event that we are if we didn't have the boat club that we go to, the Detroit Beach Boat Club, and they generously donate their whole facility, which is I think like 80 acres,
Mm.
and they got 2 bars and a garage that we use, and they give us 40 boat slips, plus most of our volunteers are members of the club. So we
That's
wouldn't
awesome.
be the event that we are without them either, and
Yeah.
they're a nonprofit. They're not a 501c3, but they're a nonprofit as well. So
Yeah,
No,
I wanted to give a shout out to the boat club too, because without the people from the boat club, it's a perfect spot for our event. The parking is a madhouse. Could you imagine having 120 people with a trailer and a truck and a boat trying to park? It's just crazy. And without all those ladies that volunteer, we would definitely not be able to do it because they make our life so much easier. The wait staff, the kitchen staff, everybody has just been great to us for the past couple of years. They're always willing to help, always willing to show up to a meeting, throw in an idea, to make everything better,
yeah,
because that's what we're always after.
I got you there. Yeah. So now, do y'all have live music or anything? So you got Friday night, like the meet and greet with everybody on Friday, because that's when a lot of your veterans come in, and then Saturday morning they go out, they go fishing, and then when they come back, you do your big fish fry and stuff. Do you have live music at your events?
we have a DJ now. We used to have bands that would come and play, but it's after they come back from fishing, it's pretty packed. We have a live weigh-in, so every boat weighs in
Right.
a fish. So they got to cross the weigh-in stage, which has someone up there with a microphone and speakers talking as they weigh in. And then, like this year, Brandon was up there interviewing them, asking the veterans, what their favorite part of the event was. So when you have 170 boats, even at 1 minute per boat, it's a 3-hour weigh-in period.
Mm.
So we're weighing in from 11 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon. In that time period, we're serving fish. People are getting their food. And like Brandon said, we served something around 950 plates in 2 hours this year. And as we grow, we find different things. We bought a bunch of big commercial fish fryers 2 years ago. And last year we were waiting on the people serving the food. Well, this year we opened 3 more serving lines, and then the fish fryers couldn't keep up. So,
Mm.
as we grow, that's that better, not bigger thing. But so as we do the people eat, and then we get right into the awards, and then me and Brandon got to be up there, and no one wants to see me on stage, but for some reason I got to do it. And we talk about, we give a lot of captain's prizes away. We work captain retention. We want these captains to sign up the minute that we open registration, so we know how many boats we have. So
That's
we
awesome.
give all the captains a bunch of prizes. We give some veterans. Milwaukee Tools donated a bunch of prizes for veterans this year. And then after the ceremonies are done, we kind of get on our way. We started there Friday night. The DJ is playing. We do our meet and greet, and we're there until 8 o'clock Friday night with everyone. And then people leave. Some guys stick around at the bar and have a few drinks, And then, like Brandon said, we're up at 3 a.m, and we didn't finish our awards this year till what, 4, Brandon?
Yeah, I
That
think
was like that was my goal, was 4 o'clock.
yeah, 4:05. 4:05 we were done.
And we
That's
used to
awesome.
have bands that would start at that time, but then we're breaking down Saturday night at 8, 9, 10 p.m. after we've been up since 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's crazy when you have a big event like that and how long it takes to break everything down. I know Donald was talking about Hero Stock, and you know, with the concerts that they have going on. They got one coming up August 3rd in Nashville or Lebanon, Tennessee, and it does. It takes sometimes it takes a long time to break down and you know, clean up everything once you get done with an event. So. And I'm assuming you have a lot of volunteers that stick around to help do breakdown, clean up, and all that. Am I correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
luckily the boat club has a lot of volunteers that help with that.
Yep.
And
The boat club had a lot of volunteers. DTE sent volunteers for 2 days. Coca-Cola sent a boatload of volunteers. There must have been what, 10, 15 Coca-Cola volunteers, Chris?
yeah, they were keeping the cooler stocked all day and then helping
Yeah.
break down. But a
Yep.
big one this one year, Monroe County Veterans Court, people on probation, they
Yeah.
sent
Yep.
22 people out, and they were there from 9 a.m. until we were done breaking down, doing
That's
whatever we
awesome.
needed.
That's awesome. Yeah, because a lot of states don't. I don't know. Does every state have a veterans court? Is that something that's still trickling through the country?
I think it's county by county.
Is it okay? Yeah, because the Veterans Court, you know, for people that don't know what Veterans Court is, it's another way for veterans that are going through the legal system. You know, whether they did this or whether they did that. It's kind of like a community service kind of thing for veterans. So that's neat that they're sending veterans out to you guys to help. And for one, it's probably kind of a therapy for them as well, you know, coming out to a big veteran event and seeing what's out there other than, you know, a life of crime. Let's just put it that way, because you never know what they're in there for. But Veterans Court is amazing, especially if you're a veteran in legal trouble. Let's just put it that way. No, man, I'm excited. So when's your next event? What time is it next year? The same time frame, same dates?
Yeah, it's 2 weekends after Memorial Day, so it's
I think it's a 6th and 7th this year.
yeah, I believe so.
And the Michigan Walleye Tour did not schedule an event on our weekend, Chris. Can you believe that?
Well, you might be talking too soon.
Yeah,
The
No.
Michigan Walleye Tour shared National Walleye Tour dates.
I thought they came out. I thought Cannon texted me and told me no event.
Well, hopefully they told us they wouldn't.
All right.
But yeah, so it's the second weekend of Memorial Day. As I said, it coincides with Michigan's free fishing weekend, so we try and keep it that weekend every year. That way, people that are coming from other states don't have to buy a fishing license. Or there's a lot of veterans that only come to fish one weekend. They come just for they don't fish at all any other time of year. So if they don't gotta buy a fishing license, it just makes it even better.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Ryan Dorfield, aka Theory. He's a Marine Corps veteran. He just signed with Big Homies Records out in Salt Lake City, Utah. So I want to give him a shout out for jumping on. If you love rap music, or you like rap music, or you like all types of music, go follow Theory on Spotify, Amazon. His music, as a veteran, you could tell that he's putting his heart and soul into it, and a lot of his music, he speaks about, you know, his service in the Marine Corps quite a bit, and his music is phenomenal. Let's just put it that way. And I'm the type of guy that I like country music, rock music, classical rock, and rap too. And his music is more of the older style rap music, and not this new rap music that you hear nowadays. So if you like rap music, he's a good guy to go listen to. But no, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on here and hanging out with me and telling us about your organization and what you guys doing. And if somebody wants to volunteer, they can go to your website or get with you on Facebook. if they want to donate the same way. Is there a donate button on the website?
There
The
is.
Facebook page. I know it is on the website, but what about the Facebook page?
There's not one on the Facebook yet. We got to get that done.
Okay. And then you said something about merch on the website. I'm on the website right now and I'm not seeing a spot. I can see a spot to donate, but not for merch.
Yeah, we got
So
to rebuild. That's what I was saying. We got to rebuild the merch section. So we had hired a someone to take care of our website and do marketing for us, and then that kind of fell through, and I had to rebuild the website real quick. So
I got
I
you.
got to get that. The merchandise area is all built. I just have to publish it on our website. So
I got you. Well, I got a buddy, Chris Hawks. He's with Talents. He does digital graphics, websites, and all of that. If you want, I can get you connected with him. He does it for free. Don't charge. So it might be something that can help you with the website, and also get your merch store back up and stuff like that. So if
yeah,
you want,
that'd be awesome. Like Brandon kind of touched on it earlier, the time we put into it. And I tell everyone this is a second full-time job. So I own multiple businesses. Brandon owns multiple businesses. Most of our board members are either business owners or executives. And then
yeah.
we're trying to do this on the side, and it's a full-time gig.
Oh yeah.
And so I try and watch the Facebook Messenger. Brandon watches the emails and the website conversations, and we just try and get back to everyone. And sometimes we miss some stuff too, even that. So
Oh, it happens because you are right. I mean, you have to find that perfect balance between work life, home life, and veteran life. So you're
100%.
you're trying to balance through all three. And stuff happens. You miss stuff all the time. I mean, hell, I run a podcast full time. Well, not full time. Well, I guess you can say full time. But I got a full time day job, and then plus my family life. So I miss stuff all the time. And sometimes things slip through the crack, and I'll see it 3 months later and be like, oh, I need to respond to this person and get them scheduled. So I understand, things slipping through the cracks. But yeah, what I'll do, Chris, I will connect you and Brandon with Chris Hawks with Talents and say, hey, this is what they got and what they want, and then you guys can work out the details from there. But he does it for free. Matter of fact, our like my intro video that I had, he did my intro video for me, and so he didn't charge me for it or anything like that. So I'll definitely get you guys connected. That's because that's kind of what we do here at HomeFront Sitrep. But other than that, man, you got anything that we missed that you want to touch on before I let you go?
no, I think we're good.
Yeah, I'm good. I appreciate you having us on. It's nice to meet you for sure, and the rest of the crew. And if there's anything we can ever do for you guys from up here in Michigan, please reach out to us.
Yeah, we'd
Will
love to
do.
have you at the event. Maybe do a live
Yeah,
podcast or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
more than welcome.
we can see if we can work that out. I'm actually getting ready to add two more hosts to the show. They're gonna be two female veterans. So Candace is off sick tonight. She's my normal co-host with me on Sunday and Mondays, and then Brandon and Donald, they're real busy with Veterans Voice Radio, and which is just starting to take off like wildfire. Which is all veterans and family members of veterans that haven't signed with a record label yet. We play their music on Veterans Voice Radio. So
That's
like
awesome.
when you guys are out on the on the water, if you got a smartphone, you can actually download. We got two apps. One's called Ranger Rockwave, and the other one's Simplify Country. And they're all, like I said, they're all veterans or family members of veterans. And their music is on there, like Scotty Frazier, Scotty Hastings, uh, Barbara Sim from Alaska. There's a lot of great singers on there. So it might be something y'all can do when you're out supporting, veterans. That way you can also support them listening to the music as well. So, but yeah, I'd love to come up there and do a live. And you said that's going to be June 7th and 8th of next year, 2025. We'll see what we can do about doing a live podcast from there. That'd be pretty cool to be out there and interview the veterans as they're coming back and doing the weigh-ins and stuff like that too. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be great to have you. Thanks again for having me, and I hope you guys have a good, safe week. Okay.
Well, thanks for coming on and have a good week, buddy. Chris,
Thank
you
you.
have a good one too, buddy.
All right, have a good one.
All right, man. Bye. So, what do you think about your first podcast experience?
I don't know.
You don't know, but no, it's it's fun doing the podcast, and I want to
Yeah.
thank you for coming down here and hanging out with Dad.
No.
Did you have fun eating Chick-fil-A with Mama? Some Christian chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah, you always that's
Yeah,
your
I've been wanting Chick-fil-A for a while, but
that's your soul food right there.
yeah.
You got to say hello to JR. You didn't say hello to
Hi,
him.
JR.
So you love Theory, right?
Yes.
So he'll be at the house coming up August 4th, I believe is when it is.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, he'll be here in studio, live in studio. So what's your favorite song?
Oh, I'm not. No, you can't do this to me.
Do you like Falling from Grace because it's got your name in it?
No,
Life of the Party?
I haven't heard those ones yet.
Which
I don't
one?
think. You know exactly what one's my favorite.
Oh, I don't have that one though.
Huh.
Ryan, if you're still there,
No.
her
No.
I'll tell him in text message.
Okay.
So you haven't heard, you need to listen to this one. This one's called Falling from Grace from Theory.
But I don't really even know what I've been trying to prove. It feels like I've been falling from grace. Yeah. Can't seem to escape this fate. Try pleasing the masses just to be told that my music ain't even great. It's way below average, people so cold. And how many followers you get defining success. It's crazy to think how I do what I love for a living, but somehow I still don't feel blessed. Ain't get enough views on that clip that I posted a week ago. Goddamn, must mean that I suck. Meanwhile, the video trending right now is a girl on the gram say she down to get fucked. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I'm posting my content, crossing my fingers for luck, and hoping they playing my songs. But hundreds of streams will still only get you $1. So how in the hell do I win? Do I change who I am? Do I put out an album by selling drugs, fucking bitches, foreign cars, all the riches, gang, Glocks and switches? Maybe they'll love it and I can go viral, but is the fame worth it if I'm losing myself in the process, forcing my heart and my head in a downward spiral? I feel like I've been losing myself for far too long. Far too long. Far too long. I don't really even know what I've been trying to do. It seems like I've been floating away. You love me, then you love me not. These feelings gon' put me in the grave, but I don't really even know what I've been trying to prove. It feels like I've been falling from grace. I won't lose myself just to prove myself to the people that don't want me to change. But I gotta adapt, the old way don't work no more, so I gotta change up the grind before I get left behind. I'm already midway to 40 and worried I'll never be hitting my prime. You tell me to always stay true to myself, but then when I do it, I'm wasting my time. Just give me a sign. I don't wanna change, don't wanna conform, but I know I gotta do something and soon, cause then if I don't, I'm breaking the norm. And fuck social media, all of that hatred been bringing me down. I go to perform and post up a reel to show how I did, then get all these messages about how I'm corny. Nobody does that, you should just stop. Put out the song, I bet you it flops. Hang up the mic, your flow is too basic, no wonder your Spotify listeners dropped. This is the shit that I get for pursuing my passion, thinking one day I'ma pop, and maybe I might, but all that I know is I'm gonna continue to rise to the top. I ain't losing myself. I don't really even know what I've been trying to do. It seems like I've been floating away. You love me, then you love me not. These feelings gon' put me in the grave, but I don't really even know what I've been trying to prove. It feels like I've been falling from grace. I won't lose myself just to prove myself to the people that don't want me to change. I don't really even know what I've been trying to do. It seems like I've been floating away. You love me, then you love me not. These feelings gon' put me in the grave.
All right, what'd you think of it?
I liked it.
You liked it except for the cuss words? I seen
Yeah.
you kept looking at me like, Dad. But you got to listen to the words. It's basically,
Yeah.
it's kind of like with Dad doing this podcast. Like, if I don't post enough content, or if I don't post reels, or whatever, then you fall from grace because people stop watching your stuff. And it's kind of like that with him and his music. If he doesn't post new content or new songs and stuff like that, then he falls from grace. So but yeah, no, I love it. And then so last night we had another first, Grace. You'll be surprised about this.
What?
Well, so we had Scotty Frazier on with the Scotty Frazier brand, Scotty Frazier with the Scotty Frazier band. He's also the owner of Sargent Records in Houston, Texas. He sent us this song last night, which was it's a song that he hasn't released yet. And we played it for the first time last night on the show. I'm going to play it again. It's called American Made by Scotty Frazier. What's up, Mr. Adam Bird? This is Scotty Frazier's new song. Yeah, it's actually, country rock, but yeah,
Yeah.
that so that one is not released yet. It ain't even out on
Mhm.
Spotify, Amazon, anything. It hasn't been released yet, but I think he's going to release it as of August 1st. So we got to play it first here last night, and then I got to play it again here just now. Um, so we got some really good episodes coming up. So we got meet and greet tomorrow, and then on Thursday we got Garrett Bliss, who's a Marine Corps veteran. He goes into third world countries and provides clean drinking water for the people of that country. And then he does all kinds of. He's wrote a book. He's done all kinds of things.
Do you have the said book?
No, I don't have his book yet. I don't have it, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to go buy it, and then I'm going to send it to him. He's going to sign it for me. So yeah, I just got to go pick it up. But anyway, it's about that time, Grace. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's about that time
I'm tired.
Yeah, I think Mama's going to go get Sissy, right?
I have no idea.
But anyway, we had a great episode tonight with Vets with Nets. You got to go check them out. You can go to their Facebook page, Vets with Nets. And then they got a website as well.
There you go.
I had a brain fart there for a second, but go to their website. But their website's been down. Yeah, I don't know who that is. But their website's down, so we're going to work with Chris Hawks, and hopefully we can get their website back up and running. And then other than that, man, it's been a great show. Yeah. Thank you for coming down, hanging out with Daddy for a little bit.
You're welcome.
And then say a prayer for Miss Candace, because she's not feeling well tonight. But hopefully she'll be better by Thursday, and she'll be ready to rock and roll. Oh, you know what? I got to play these because I always play them twice. So, hey, if you're out there, you're a veteran, you're not a veteran, you're in crisis, you got suicidal thoughts or whatnot, reach out to 988, *1 if you're a veteran, 988 if you're not a veteran. And you have to ask that next hard question. I can go up to Grace and say, hey, Grace, how you doing? She's going to say, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm living a dream, whatever she says. Even though she's a teenager and she's at turmoil inside, but you have to ask that next hard question, because more than likely I can go up to Grace and say, hey, how you doing? I'm fine, Daddy. Grace, how are you really doing? And then she's going to open up and tell me how she's really doing most of the time, if not me, her mom. So you definitely have to ask the next hard question. So here, let's play this. Yeah, that commercial always gets me because I've said everything that's on that board.
Yeah. I remember the first time we saw it, and I forget what we were watching, but you said it, and then you're like, I gotta get that on my show.
I stopped it, rewound it, played it again. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It really struck a nerve, and it really fits to what we're doing here on HomeFront Sitrep, and it's a really good commercial. And then HomeFront Sitrep has a new segment out there. If you're a veteran and you filed for your disability and you got denied and you want a second opinion, or you're in the process of filing your disability, we have a new segment here called Ask Monica. So you can reach her by email at askmonica0@gmail.com. And she's a doctor. She's got a doctorate of nursing. She does VA disability claims and stuff like that. So she can help you. She can walk you through the process. So let's play that commercial. But other than that, guys, it's been a great night. Thank you for coming on here. I want to thank our loyal listeners and followers. Yeah, I said, I don't know.
That's the new
Our
one.
loyal followers, our loyal listeners. Thank you for coming on here and interacting with our guests each and every day that we host a podcast. Thank you guys for that. You guys are what makes me keep going. Because one of my things is a fear of missing that one veteran that slips through the crack. If I can help one veteran today, then I did my job today. And if you're out there and if you can help one veteran today, then you did your job as well. So definitely you got to make sure your veterans and your family members are okay. Check on your little ones. Always make sure your little ones are okay, because you never know what they're going through. They could be bubbly on the outside, but on the inside they're tore up. So you always got to check on your little ones out there. Check on your elderly, your moms, your dads, your grandmas, your grandpas, somebody that you really care about. Check on them. Be a good human. Check out to them. Reach out to them. Say, hey, how you doing? Because you never know. You could save their life.
Mm-hmm.
Could always. And then, like we say on HomeFront Sitrep, dude, I can't even talk tonight.
You just need to go to bed.
I know, right? Like we always say on HomeFront Sitrep, stay safe out there. We got your six. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Suggestions and comments are always welcome.
Cannot wait to have another great show with y'all.
Don't forget you can find HomeFront Sitrep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Stay safe out there. I got your six.